Here's the new Civil War Commander map for the brand new game launching November 5th, 2024. Here you can see the calendar for the Union, where you put all the specific armies and departments. The Confederate calendar right here, you'll notice that they have less corps. These are for the corps here than the Union. Here's a table for men. Every time you deploy a new army, that level goes down. You got a shipyard, you have the economy, that's for all the Civil War games. That's the one item that is constant, as well as the resources. Land combat procedures, modifiers, order of damage procedures, changes from game to game. You have the finance, which in the American Civil War is much different than, for example, the Spanish Civil War. Spanish required mostly on foreign aid. Here we got political points, trade, taxes, currency, that has to do with inflation, credit from banks, and land sales, which wasn't used too often, but you have a chance to if you play the game. Cost per unit over here, operation deployments, the fractions, the Western and Southern Theater and the Trans-Mississippi, and then Virginia is in this area here. This map was taken from here and magnified because since most of the battles, the important battles happened, arguably the important battles happened in Virginia, here you have a lot more room to maneuver your armies. So you have Richmond, and you notice Richmond has special defenses. Richmond, Washington, and Vicksburg are cities with that if attacked from these sides, it's almost impossible to penetrate. It's duly noted which rivers are not able to be crossed with ease, these ones here. Also, when this symbol appears, it means that you can take ironclads up the river. Any rivers that have that, here you can. So if this river, you could take it here, but past this point, you can't take the ironclads any further. And that's essential to get your armies, the Union armies especially, into Tennessee. It's a lot easier and cheaper if you use the river. Transit points, as you can see, a lot of them are white, right? But you have these blue ones. And the blue transit points means that when an army is there, a force is there, it can be supplied a lot easier because it's by the river. Then you have the economy markers, which are the same as in the playing cards that you'll see. You got beef, you got industry, you have munitions, tobacco, textiles, wheat, some hemp, rice, etc., and of course a lot of cotton throughout. You got the blockade zones. Far Atlantic, not so much, but North Atlantic, South Atlantic, West Gulf, and East Gulf. You can see, of course, that the railways are a lot more prevalent in the north than they are in the south. And that's going to seriously influence the game. These little points here are for foraging. So sometimes when you're running out of points, your armies are able to forage if they're close enough to these areas. Some of the richest ones are, for example, as it was well known, the Shenandoah Valley here. And one of the main difficulties in maneuver that I'll point out is you see these mountains here, West Virginia and Virginia. You cannot cross this. You can cross it with troops, but you can't cross with wagons. So if troops are here and they're not being able to be supplied, they can't be supplied by wagons through here. They have to stay by the railways. That's why this is like a corridor to attack the north. You can't really go back and forth here too easily or here. So that's it, folks. The map of American Civil War Commander, which is being launched this month, and you still have discount available until Election Day, November 5th, 2024.